All right, these guys are going. They're flagging the grid.
Stand by, Sarah.
Split screen, local left, ready off cameras. Ready 2 on the grid. 2, pull out, pen right, push me into the pole. Key logo, Q announcer.
Live from the Rock Island Grand Prix, it's the Go-Kart Show.
Ready 4, pull out, pen right. Q-down.
Your senses are alive with the sweet smell of racing fuel and the high-pitched roar of high-performance karts. There's electricity in the air, and this is one scene you've got to see to believe. Hi, I'm Sarah Edwards, and welcome to the Rock Island Grand Prix. It's Labor Day weekend, and we're chasing the story of a sport that truly reflects the values of our culture. As we go behind the scenes to find out what it really means to be all about family, as young people learn through experience to develop the self-confidence, skills, and abilities that will serve them well as they grow through life. It's a sport that forms the very foundation of big-time motorsports and could bring a driver to the professional heights of Formula One, Indy 500, and NASCAR. The quest for excellence begins right here at the Rock Island Grand Prix. And in some point in a driver's experience, there's no better place to be than the Rock Island Grand Prix.
The Go-Kart Show is sponsored in part by the Rock Island Grand Prix, one of the most popular kart racing events in the world.
Great food, great family event. It's a good time.
The corn is superb.
A full day of racing begins with practice in the early morning hours, followed by time trials throughout the afternoon to determine position on the grid for the feature race of each class. Then it's time for the real deal. The story is about racing, but in a way it's only the icing on the cake. The supporting action is behind the scenes and in the pits, where crews focus up on the technical challenges of staying competitive as they're chasing the chassis in a never-ending attempt to tune the kart for optimum grip in the face of ever-changing track conditions. So we're off to the pits in search of our story. It really is all about family.
High-performance racing karts bear little resemblance to go-karts found at your local amusement park. These karts are built for excellence, and the drivers that drive them are racing with family and driving for speed. In karting, the race is won or lost in the pits, where it's all about the support crew, and in the world of karting, that means family. There's any number of technical challenges which need to be addressed, from carburation to adjusting the distance between the rear tires, to figuring out why the engine just isn't getting the fuel it needs to perform. In karting, it's all about the teamwork as family and friends spend the afternoon chasing the chassis to improve the setup of their karts as they strive to maximize performance on the track. In the pit, it's not just about the technical challenges of tuning the kart, but rather it's a family experience that's so much more than prepping the tires and firing up the engine.
In a lot of other sports, you know, the parents are involved, but it's in a sense where they drop them off and stand on the sidelines. But in racing, they're directly in there with them, playing a part of the team, and that's very important.
At the track, family values reign supreme as youngsters of all ages interact with adults as well as each other to learn and grow, to develop the attitudes and beliefs which will serve them well as they grow through life. Sportsmanship is essential to the experience, as crews work together with fellow competitors who are genuine as people and have a passion for a sport in which the spirit of helping each other solve the mechanical problems of racing carries the day. And the art of communication between fathers and drivers reigns supreme.
And when you go into the right-hander, try to go around the rubber a little bit, then cross back over.
As you look at the track and the scene around it, one has a sense that the karting experience is a lot like day camping. Instead of a lake filled with frolic in the water, you have a track bursting with the excitement and speed of competition, surrounded by day campers lounging under their pop tents, embracing friendships built on common interests and goals. Where there's friendship and good times at the track, there's great outdoor cooking. And if the truth were known, it's really all about the food. That's the culture of karting, a slice of life that's our Americana. Together with family driving for speed, it's just a fun sport to be in.
I think it's a great sport. I think it's a really great sport. I see families all the time, you know, that come to my track, and it really unites them. You know, you see mom and dad and sister and everybody at that fence watching, jumping up and down, just the excitement in their faces. It's a great sport.
All right, guys, good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
What makes the sport of karting so remarkable is that it's open to all with a warm embrace of acceptance with an eye on diversity. It's a slice of life that mirrors the values of our society and the dreams of our youth. Together with family, driving for speed. It's just a fun sport to be in. From the go-kart show at the Rock Island Grand Prix, I'm Bill Haynes.
The king of the streets, the world's most prestigious street race in all of karting, is coming up real soon. So stay tuned. There's a whole lot of excitement just around the turn, right here at the Rock Island Grand Prix. Karting is a sport that is open to all on equal terms. And when it comes to the kids in the karts, you're not a guy and you're not just a girl. You're a driver. And as drivers, you meet on the grid ready to race with confidence, poise, and a burning desire for speed.
From Ocala, Florida to Charlotte, North Carolina to Norway, Illinois, they're known with respect as the go-kart chicks. Go-karting is a sport in which the girls go straight up against the boys. And at the Rock Island Grand Prix, only the finest of the fine have the opportunity to test their mettle in a race dominated by the macho ego of the manly man. What's interesting to note is that when the helmet goes on, you're not just a girl, you're a driver. And the kart doesn't know or care who's in the seat. Because all that counts is whether or not you can drive the course and stay in one piece as you careen through the corners and into the straightaway. One of the lessons in life for a young girl to learn is that girls have the opportunity to try anything just as the boys. And there's no better example than a youngster known to all who know her as simply Alex. Racing out of Norway, Illinois, Alex is a young girl with gumption and courage with an attitude beyond her years.
If you lose to something, that always try harder your next time.
Karting is no doubt fun and exciting, but the question is, how does racing truly contribute to the growth of a young woman as she matures into adulthood?
If racing has done something for my daughter, it has taught her that girls can do anything just as boys can. To know no limitations other than the ones that you set upon yourself. To strive for what you want and to go at it with all your heart and mind and your soul. And to never take disappointments or setbacks and never to let anything come between what you really want in life.
And that's the real story to be found in karting, a sport in which the only differences between the boys and the girls is the speed of their karts and the skill of the drivers who drive them.
Like once you get into it, it feels so good. And just that you never want to let go of the steering wheel.
11, you're on. Pull out. Rack focus. Cue talent.
That's our take on a story that is unique to the sport of karting. A new generation of young girls learning and growing in direct competition with the boys. For them, the glass ceiling, however it's defined, will never apply. There's a whole lot of racing just ahead, so stay tuned. Don't wander off. Grab a pizza if you must, but come on back, or you'll miss the best of a really great show. When first introduced to the sport of go-karting, you come to realize very quickly that there's more to the story than just a line of drivers and their karts on a grid, ready to race on a track somewhere south of nowhere. Over the years, Michael O'Rourke has been covering national and club races from Ocala, Florida to Charlotte, North Carolina to the outskirts of Norway. And what he has to report is an interesting mix of observations that brings some added insight into the story of a sport that is growing by leaps and bounds. Joining us now is Michael O'Rourke.
As a documentary writer, producer, director who shoots his own stuff, I passionately believe that it's all about the visuals. It's the visuals which tell the story. And here at the Rock Island Grand Prix, it just doesn't get any better. I haven't seen this much excitement on the street since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, peddling newspapers for the Rock Island Argus, proud sponsors of the Rock Island Grand Prix. So here's my report, bits and pieces of the story that is the sport of high-performance go-karting. Street racing is especially challenging due to the hardcore reality that the transition from bricks to pavement requires a whole lot of stamina and control, especially when pulling 4Gs into a turn at 90 miles an hour. Safety is of the highest priority, and it all begins with a track that is built to state-of-the-art specifications with hay bales reinforced by Tech Pro barriers and double-line fencing to protect the crowd. With emergency medical transport ready to roll and corner workers who know their job, the Rock is in fact a very safe race course.
Safety is the #1 factor in the Rock Island Grand Prix. We double fence with 4-foot and 6-foot fence with barrels. We also have different crews that can go around the track quickly to fix the Tech Pro barriers in between races. The driver is most important to us. We do the best we can to keep it as safe as we can.
Safety of the track is fundamental to racing, but what really holds a street race together is the management skills of the racing director. Always ready to go into action with karts on the grid, he brings it all together with a focus on what's happening on a race course in which the challenges are unprecedented in the world of high-performance karting.
Besides keeping a safe track for the drivers, I've got to keep the track safe for all of our corner workers, for our track staff, repair crews, and coordinate anytime that we do have a blockage or an injury or anything like that. We want to make the most correct call so that we can attend to whatever situation immediately so that we're in good shape.
And last but not least, the accomplishment of Michelle Baumgartner, the only woman ever to win at the Rock, must be recognized. Hard charging to the finish line in tag senior class, Michelle not only made history with a win in 2008, but came back to do it all over again in 2009.
Ladies and gentlemen, an unbelievable win there for Michelle Baumgartner. She scores the victory. She fell back in lap traffic, knocked her back about a second. She's able to reel herself back in, get the second, and then take the big win.
I can't believe I did it, but I got really when no blue flag was showing, but I kept my head down and I knew what I had to do, and was catch Caleb and Kyle's, and I did, and oh my God, I'm so
the top performances in the history of this race.
Way to go, Michelle. So that's my report, and as I've often told my mom once when I was young, I've got a story to tell, and I'm sticking to it. So stay tuned. Keep your paws off the remote, because we've got some exciting racing coming up. Sarah's on the grid, ready for the King of the Streets, and I'm going to tell you that's one race that's going to light up your mind with excitement. So get psyched, get ready. I'm Michael O'Rourke for the Go-Kart Show.
Track officials communicate with drivers through the use of flags. A green flag starts the race. A yellow flag signals the driver to be cautious. There has been an accident on the track and the driver should hold their position. When the flagman waves a white flag, drivers know that there's only one lap remaining. A red flag stops the race in preparation for a restart, and the checkered flag signals the end of the race.
We'll sign that for you. Even though it's not
for our King of the Streets autograph, Illinois, number 127. King of the Streets.
We're on the grid as professional drivers from throughout the world are getting ready to compete for the most prestigious title in all of go-karting, the King of the Streets. Racing on a 3/4-mile circuit, these 6-speed 125cc shifter supercarts are the top dogs in racing and can achieve speed upward of 100 miles per hour while pulling 4 Gs into a turn. The King of the Street is about to shift into gear. Joining us at trackside is your announcer for today's race, Rob Howden.
So this is the race right here, folks, the King of the Streets.
Ready, 2 on the grid. 2, pull out, pen right, push me into the pole. Ready, 5, 5. Show me the start. 1, you're on.
Ready, 4, slow push MCU. 4, you're on. Boomy 7, go high on the grid. Slow push to the backside. 7, you're on. 11, swing around the back of the grid, give me a Dutch. 11, you're on. Nice work, gentlemen. Michael's back on the comm.
1, you're on. We're ready, 6, find me family, Ashley, right off the start. Green, green, green. They're coming at you, Andrea. 6, ready, high on 3. 3, pull them into the turn. 3, ready, 4, they're coming at you. 4, stay within 4. Good job, Andrea. Ready, 7, 7.
Big yellows in turn number 1.
Number 4 is off the track in turn 1.
Crockett all over the rear bumper again. Remember, long race here, 30 laps, $2,000 waiting at the end, the crown, and the cake. So it's a Texas two-step right now. Texas 1-2.
Bob, 141 coming around to you. 1-6 would get a blue flag.
We have a new leader. We can now into the lead. Does he have the stamina to go? It's 30 laps.
It's a very fast track, it's a very safe track, and it's well professionally run. Also, you're running for money, so that's always a plus. But I just like running with drafting partners. You can run 8 to 10 carts bumper to bumper in this race and be a very safe race and have a fast race. It's just a real fun place to be. You got the fan base that are lined around the track all the time, rooting for you, so it's a different environment.
Hell of a move, 3, 5, 5-minute shot, 5, go after the driver. 5, ready, 5, you're on. Ben, you never cease to amaze me. That was a move.
Let him by. Cart dead last, got a bent axle. Number 1515. 15 appears to be doing fine. Hold his own, let him be.
Trouble for Kyle again. Broken water pump, and then he lost the chain.
What turn is weekend in?
Where is E6 corner workers?
E6 is in the pit. He's in the pit.
Clayton, how is it that you're maintaining a competitive edge on the streets of Rock Island?
Oh, well, we just really put our head down. Mike and Alex's father, they've been working hard on the motor and the chassis, getting it right. We actually just made the switch to this car right before the race. So, still coming to us. Not much test time here at the streets, but I think we're getting it figured out.
Awesome, thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
We are in a holding pattern here right now.
Camera 5 to truck.
Copy 5.
Weather's coming in from the west. It's sprinkling pretty good.
Copy that. Show me the sky 5.
7, focus up on 4, pan right, tilt left, 4, take 4, we're gonna crash on
Still
6,
ready for page
ready 7,
9.
7, we gotta crash on 1, ready 3, 3, stay with me 3, stay with me 3, 3, you're on, you're on, you're on, ready 2, 2, ready on 1, take me back to the grid, 1, stand by, red flag, 1, you're on,
Yeah, that's it.
go to brake, they're gonna go to rain tires,
Stand
they're
by
gonna
control.
restart,
I'm going to break in 5.
stand by
4,
announcer,
3, 2, 1.
cue announcer.
With rain in the air, there's more racing ahead, right here at the Rock Island Grand Prix. This Labor Day weekend, the place to be is the Rock Island Grand Prix.
Radar 5, please.
Coming up, monitor 6.
That's a rain cell. It's sitting right over on the river. Downpour, it's gonna flow right across the river. That's gonna hit us. Okay,
Stand
rain
by,
gear,
graphics.
rain gear. All cameras, rain gear. Button up. It's gonna rain. It's gonna be a monsoon on the track. All cameras, give me around the horn, please. Okay, ready, 5, 5.
Rudder brake
Ready,
in
7,
5,
7.
4,
Ready, 4, 4. Ready,
2,
1. Take me back to the
1.
grid. Ready,
We're
1.
live.
Take 1. We're live. Live, you're on.
Graphics, stand
We
by.
got ourselves a race in
Page
the rain,
3.
ladies and gentlemen.
Green, green, green. Andrea, heads up on turn 1. It looks tough today.
Camera 1, copy.
It may appear that in these kind of conditions that the cars are unsafe and may slide a little bit more on and off, but in reality what's going to happen today, this kind of racing is much safer. There's a lot more tire spin. They may slide around and spin out a little bit more, but because they don't have the grip, they kind of float on top of the water. There may be a few more cars into the barriers and that, but in reality, even at the potential speeds of 100 miles an hour through the street, it's safer in the rain than it is in the dry. If you're on very sticky, grippy tires and you touch each other, you're going to grab and throw the other car into the air. What happens here is because you're riding on a film of water, if you hit each other, then you just spin off and dissipate the energy from the speed. So in reality, it's actually safer to race in the rain.
Folks, for the lead, it's Bobby Wilson looking to score his first win. Into the lane of danger. Just getting the field down in line. A few to go. The world champion is 2 laps away now.
Checker flag, number 3 car.
Weekend, Bobby Wilson for the Rock Island. He's going to try a little burnout, baby.
Not a bad wheel all day.
Coming off the last. So cool. Get that home. Bobby, get over here, buddy. We won this like crazy. Last weekend you had some trouble at the World Finals. Today, no trouble at all. Man, you were hooked up in the ring. Congratulations, you are the king of the streets.
Thanks, Rob. Can't say enough for the team. We were thrashing at it right before the race. Got to dedicate this one to my dad. We've been doing this for so many years now, and we finally pulled it off. Thank you for supporting me all these years, and kept my nose clean and just kept on hauling ass. So I'm really pumped up.
Bobby, way to go. We got something to come in here. We got the crown for you. Everything else is going to happen this weekend.
What we're seeing, it is drying as we go. It is still damp. It is still damp in places.
We got a break in the weather, and that's our story as we discover the high-performance world of go-karts, a sport that has grown to honestly become a wonderful part of the patchwork quilt that is Americana, as it forms the very foundation of big-time motorsports. Go-karting is very much about having a great time with family and friends, but it's also very much about the excitement of competition and the thrill of racing to the checkered flag. Go-karts, together with family, driving for speed, right here at the Rock Island Grand Prix. For the Go-Kart Show, I'm Sarah Edwards, and until next time, I'll see you on down the road.
Roll credits. Okay, I'm gonna start breaking them down. Hey guys, you've been an extraordinary crew. You really are the best at what you do. You've made your mothers proud, and I, for one, am honored to have worked with each and every one of you. Sarah, what can I say? You anchored this puppy to a certain glory, and I'm thanking you, darling. That's a wrap, boys and girls.
1 is clear. 5 is clear. 4 is clear. We keep this up, we'll be drinking iced tea at 3:30. Let's get ready to rock. Close the track.